thought about being in commercials? Or being a model in ads and catalogs?
Hi, I'm Denise Richards. It wasn't that long ago that I wondered if I could model or find work on television. Well, here I am.
The manner in which you hold the bottle can portray the perfume as glamorous or fun.
It's actually the models that are selling the jeans. The jeans don't sell themselves. It's imagery in the denim business.
And let me ask you a question. You are from Sweden?
Yes.
Right in this room now, there is heat in this room, and I could feel the warm air blowing over my body.
If you accentuate the vowel A, you're guaranteed a nice, natural smile. Same with E, I, or you could try O.
An action pose could be walking with the purse or looking inside.
I suggest to all models she should go for haircut, for her good haircut. And she should have something more, not too punkish or not too extreme.
We had a call for an industrial video for poultry, and the client was looking for actors or actresses and models who resembled an actual chicken.
Now watch how you can accentuate the U for a more sensual look. U.
To express with the mouth, you can use 4 sounds. Ooh, ah, wow, gee.
Many times when I have a call for children and for 2 hours the child is crying, I will not stand for a child that cries.
Well, I got started in modeling first. My uncle was a photographer. It's been great, so here we are.
Everything's going all right.
Now let's put it together.
Well, we have shared so much information with you during this video, you'll probably watch it several times over before you understand it all completely.
If you have any problems, do me a favor, give me a call sometime.
Oh, I sure will, Joe.
Action poses work well with most props, such as drinking the Pepsi,
Custom cut. Custom color. And individual look.
So, do send me pictures, like this.
I've enlisted our friend Charles' able assistance in this portion of our presentation for reasons which will soon become obvious. Charles? Now place it inside the plastic bag. Now break the bulb. Excellent. Now reach inside and choose a piece and hand it to me. Thank you. You may return to your seat. Fire, one of the most powerful and destructive forces of nature.
Oh, that's impressive, as you said earlier.
If I can direct your attention to the demonstration area, I'll give you a first-hand look at psychic surgery. The next time you or someone you know is approached by a member of a New Age group, remember what you have seen here today.
Woo! Good evening, my friends. It's good to see you guys. Yeah, it's been so long, like since last night. Wow, yeah. Speaking of which, last night was super fun, man. Hanging out with Jimmy, Auntie Deb, and Nurse Kim, and then Aiden, Mr. Media, Dr. Turtle Boy, joining us later on. And some great phone calls took place. It was a really fun show. Thanks for hanging out last night if you were there and caught the replay. But yeah, man. Yeah, I know people are asking, like, where's Jimmy? I don't know. I'm sure he's fine. He'll most likely be in court tomorrow, I would imagine. But yeah, so yeah, today it's not going to really take me long to discuss what we're going to talk about. So I don't even know how long this stream is going to be, if I'm being totally honest. But I'm going to talk about because tomorrow I think there's a hearing for Michael Proctor, because former Massachusetts State Trooper Michael Proctor is desperately trying to get his job back as a trooper. I feel like he doesn't really get like what's going on. Like I feel like he's just kind of like, you know, I mean, how could he possibly believe that he has a chance of getting his job back as a cop after that? I mean, he could probably move to some butt fuck shit kicker town like where I live and get a job, you know, but maybe, you know what I mean? But even still, you know what I mean? I just don't see it happening. But yeah, I agree. He needs to give up. Like I'm very surprised at his efforts. And I'd love to say that I applaud them, but no. This guy gets no grace from me at all. Like, he gets absolutely zero grace from me whatsoever. Fuck that guy. Seriously, this guy is one of the worst fucking people, and he's a cop, you know? Like, let's see. He framed a woman for murder. He insulted her among his superiors and coworkers in writing. He also maybe colluded with others to get Turtle Boy locked up. I mean, dude, yeah, I this guy gets absolutely no quarter from me, bro. No sympathy at all. I'm gonna go ahead and read this article to start off with, and then I don't know. We'll see where that takes us after that. I'm definitely going to share my thoughts, and then we'll see where that takes us after that. And then I'll probably just open phone lines as usual, hang out with you guys for a bit, you know, and then I'm going to make me a pork chop, motherfucking chuleta, like a chonga. No, not a real chonga, just what chongas like to fucking call themselves as a nickname very commonly in the Hialeah, Miami Lakes area, in Miami Springs area. Not so much Miami Springs, but yeah. So this is an article by Mass Live. What to know about Michael Proctor's civil service appeal. Let's find out what there is to know about that. All right, so over 2 days next week, former Massachusetts State Police Trooper Michael Proctor's fight to get his job back begins in earnest. Proctor, the lead investigator in the Karen Reed case, made headlines for the derogatory text messages he sent about Reed during the investigation into the death of her boyfriend, John O'Keefe, Boston police officer John O'Keefe. He joined the Mass State Police in May 2014 and was assigned to the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office in September of 2019. Proctor was relieved of duty on July 1st, 2024. The same day, Reed's first trial ended in a mistrial and was then suspended without pay a week later. In each of his last 2 years as a full-time trooper, Proctor earned more than $102,000. Yeah. In each of his last 2 years, $102,000. Okay. The state police fired Proctor on March 19th of this year, a decision he quickly appealed to the Civil Service Commission. The full hearing on Proctor's appeal begins on August 26th and continues on August 27th. The hearing will then pick back up in late October. Tomorrow is the 26th. Here is what to know about the hearings. Why was Proctor fired? A state police trial board determined Proctor violated a pair of department regulations, unsatisfactory performance, and alcoholic beverages. I wonder if that had anything to do with Kevin Albert when the two of them decided to go joyriding and hanging out. And Kevin Albert left his gun and badge in Proctor's car, apparently, if I remember correctly. I haven't heard about this story in a while, but if I remember correctly, he left his gun and badge in his car. Was hammered drunk, driving around hammered drunk, these two guys. And how ironic that Karen Reed ends up with a DUI. This guy frames her for murder, and she ends up with a DUI. Okay, man. But, you know, the Proctors and the Alberts, they're not close. They don't really know each other. Dude, getting wasted and leaving your badge and gun in someone's car, I'd say you're pretty tight with that person, dude. Like, I'd say you're pretty comfortable leaving your badge, your police-issued badge and gun in someone's car. I'm sure you felt quite comfortable with them. Unreal. The unsatisfactory performance charge against Proctor was tied directly. Now, before I continue that, it should be noted that Kevin Albert was also suspended with pay. Kevin Albert is a member of the Canton Police Department, and he was, due to his relationship or him being related to Brian Albert, the owner of 34 Fairview at the time of January 29th, 2022. Kevin Albert was a Canton police officer, and therefore there was a conflict of interest, and the Canton police had to recuse themselves from the case. And the fact is that they can't investigate murder anyway. They don't investigate homicides. The Massachusetts State Police do. But they could have assisted, but they couldn't, even though they did anyway. But it's, in all fairness, in the Canton Police Department's defense, okay, they did not help or interfere. Interfere, yes, but they did not help with the investigation. They were not assisting in the investigation. They only assisted in the frame up. Okay. So in Canton PD's defense, they only assisted in the frame up. They didn't actually assist in the investigation. So I want to be very clear about that because we don't want to throw stones here. Okay. The unsatisfactory performance charge against Proctor was tied directly to the Reed case. The trial board, which held 3 days of hearings on the case against Proctor, determined he sent derogatory, defamatory, disparaging, and or otherwise inappropriate text messages about a suspect in a homicide investigation between January 29, 2022 and August 17th, 2022. On a text thread with his superiors, Proctor joked about going through Reed's phone for naked photos. No nudes so far. He also repeatedly mocked Reed's medical conditions, telling a group chat of friends from high school she had a leaky balloon knot. Proctor also also called Reed a whack job and a cunt, and said he wished she would kill herself. The board also determined Proctor provided sensitive and or confidential information about a homicide victim, potential witnesses, and or potential investigative steps to non-law enforcement personnel during his investigation. Proctor created an image that he was biased in his dealings with a homicide suspect. The trial board found, adding he brought himself and the state police into disrepute. Jesus. In the early stages of his investigation, Proctor told his friends the owner of the home O'Keefe was found outside of wouldn't catch nothing, wouldn't catch, and then explicitive nothing. He was a Boston cop, ain't gonna catch shit. He was a Boston cop, adding that there will be some serious charges brought on the girl, which implies pin it on the girl. Zero chance she skates. She's fucked, Proctor added. Now, I have to remember what these things said because I have to remember what these things said because they changed the word to explicitive or expletive. And in parentheses, so I have to like go back and remember what they fucking said. The board also determined Proctor violated state police regulations when he and Canton Police Detective Kevin Albert got drinks during a cold case investigation on Cape Cod. Albert's brother Brian owned the home where O'Keefe was found outside in January 22. The connections between Proctor and the Albert family were highlighted by Reed's lawyers throughout both trials, where they argued Proctor conspired to frame Reed. There was no finding by the trial board that Proctor's investigation was compromised. What is Proctor's case? Proctor is pursuing his appeal on two grounds. The state police did not have just cause to fire him, and that he was treated differently from other troopers in a similar situation. Wow, really? Really? I got to read that one more time. Proctor is pursuing his appeal on two grounds. The state police did not have just cause to fire him, regardless of everything we just read, and that he was treated differently from other troopers in a similar situation. So, like, well, what about them, bro? What about them? How come I'm the only one? Bro, like, you don't see what's going on here, bro? You're falling on your sword, bro. Like, this is the Norfolk County DA's office and the Massachusetts State Police facilitating your termination because everyone wouldn't shut up about the text messages. So they figured, well, since everybody won't shut up about the fucking text messages, that's all they care about. So if we throw this guy under the bus and we take his badge away, we fire him and just put everybody else on suspension, let them stew while everybody just enjoys the fact that this guy got fired, well, then everything else will just quiet down and go away. No, bro. No, bro. No. Because the thing is there's now the civil suit. And the civil suit is an opportunity for Karen Reed. And the O'Keefes either don't know it or don't care. But I'm sure the McAlberts aren't happy about it. And I'm sure the Massachusetts State Police are not happy about it. But this civil suit is going to open a whole lot of opportunities for Karen Reed to be able to tell her story. And the thing is Karen Reed has a few very, very, very special things that will ensure that this is not just Michael Proctor falling on his sword and then nobody else is held accountable for their part in everything that has taken place in the last 3.5 years. So Karen Reed has a few things. One of those things is in Alan Jackson. Another one of those things is in Eliza Little. And another one of those things is the Turtle Boy. And another one of those things is a Glarer. And another one of those things is a Microdots. And another one of those things are a shit ton of other people that are going to make sure that the world understands that we are not satisfied with Michael Proctor simply just being fired. That's not going to happen. In a filing with the Civil Service Commission obtained by Mass Live through a public records request, Daniel Moynihan, one of Proctor's lawyers, claimed Proctor was kept on full duty for months after his superiors learned of the text messages on his personal phone. Proctor testifies before a federal grand jury in February 2024, which marked the first time he was confronted with the messages. Immediately after that, Proctor claims he told his supervisor, Detective Lieutenant Brian Tully, about the messages. Tully informed his supervisor, and eventually Proctor was called into a meeting with the state police general counsel. Proctor wasn't notified he was the subject of an internal affairs investigation until April 2024. He has also claimed he had a right to privacy for the texts he sent on the personal phone, which included those about the investigative steps and many of the derogatory messages about Reed. But that's not why you were fired, Michael Proctor. See, none of this matters. None of this matters. The backlash that he got was because of the text messages, right? But the fact is that the grounds in which he was fired was because he was out fucking drinking on duty with Kevin Albert. That's why he was fired. Like, unreal, this guy. Well, what do you mean? Oh. This guy's killing me, dude. Well, those are private text messages. You know, like, I was just sending those to my homeboys. You know, these are just private text messages that I was sending. And, you know, it's not anybody's right to look at those. It doesn't matter if I was talking about the subject of an investigation, if I was discussing details of an open investigation to civilians or police officers that are nowhere near my jurisdiction, have nothing to do with the case. It doesn't matter that I was insulting this woman, saying the most unprofessional things that could be thought of by a police officer discussing a suspect in a murder investigation. None of that matters, okay? I have rights. No, bro. You don't have the same rights as we do. You don't have civilian rights. You're a cop. You're held to a standard. That's how it is. Quit whining. Quit being a little bitch. Take your lickings. The state police does not claim the investigation into Reed was compromised, as Reed's defense lawyers did during her trials. Plural, excuse me. Does Proctor have a chance? A pair of experts, Mass Live spoke to both, said they saw a path for Proctor to get his job back. Jack Liu, a retired Superior Court judge, said the state police caved to public pressure and scapegoated Proctor. Proctor's firing further damages the already tattered reputation of the Massachusetts State Police discipline. Liu, an adjunct professor at UMass Lowell, said, see, we don't have those kind of professors at the University of the Blair Institute of Law and stuff. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, an adjunct professor at UMass Lowell said in March, This is out of proportion to previous discipline for the same infractions and suggests to troopers that they are subject to the whim of politics, not a fair discipline process. I'm going to read that one more time. This is out of proportion to previous discipline for the same infractions and suggests to troopers that they are subject to the whim of politics, not a fair discipline process. Well, here's the thing. Whoever this fucking adjunct professor is an asshole, because you're sitting here saying it's not fair that Proctor gets fired for this behavior, but the other people didn't. You know what I'm saying? It's not fair to Proctor. No, all of those other that's the core issue here that we're talking about, is the culture of the Massachusetts State Police and how they discipline dirty cops. There's a serious problem there. Okay? Especially if you're sitting there and you're a professor of law and you're saying, oh, well, you can't go and fire Proctor because they didn't treat people with the same infractions the same way earlier down the line in the Karen Reed, or in the Massachusetts State Police. Okay, so that's the issue. The problem is that all of those cops should have been dealt with accordingly. That's the issue. It's not that Michael Proctor was dealt with unaccordingly. It's that all of those other cops with those same infractions were not dealt with accordingly. That's the issue. Anyone who does what Proctor did should not be cops. Period. They should not be cops. I don't give a fuck how under fucking staffed you are at the Massachusetts State Police. I don't give a fuck about that. It's your job to fucking earn the public trust. It's your job to fucking make people want to go out and be cops. Set an example. Sit there and act like, oh, well, you know, they didn't do the same thing to those other cops. So why are they doing it to Michael Proctor? Because they should have been doing it to those other cops. That's fucking why. Dummy. Fucking law professor. Get the fuck out of here. Jack Lew, a retired Superior Court judge, said that state police caved to public pressure and scapegoated Proctor. Jack Lew, a.k.a. asshole. Proctor's firing further damages the already... I already read all that bullshit. How can we expect police to be fair to people on the street when they themselves are treated unfairly? Spoken like a true lawyer. Stop it. How can we expect police to be fair to people on the street when they themselves are treated unfairly? Listen to this fucking guy, bro. Poor cops who are fucking getting drunk on duty and leaving their cops and badges in other cops' cars, and poor cops who are looking for nudes in a piece of evidence, a key piece of evidence in a suspect's phone. Poor cops who are making disgusting comments about someone's medical condition who happens to be a suspect, the main suspect in a murder investigation. Poor cops. You know, the murder of a Boston police officer. Poor cops. The state police never disciplined Proctor before he was relieved of duty in July 2024. That was the discipline. What the fuck are you talking about? That was the discipline, bro. The discipline is that you're relieved of duty. Disciplined. Fuck off. You're done. That's the discipline. What do you mean? Well, they didn't even discipline him before they let him go. No, bro. Fuck him, dude. That shit, you can't have a dude running around with a badge and a gun doing the shit that he was doing. Just can't have that shit. Brass, thank you so much. Jack Lew's analysis has been anti-free Karen Reed, Turtle Boy for 3 years. Yeah, I know. This isn't the first time I've heard this guy's name. Thank you. Let's see. And the fact that he wasn't disciplined could well aid Proctor in his appeal, said Maureen Boyle, a professor at Stonehill College and a longtime crime reporter. If this is a one and done, this does not seem like this should be a career-ending situation, she said. What the fuck are you talking about, lady? Proctor gave interviews to both 2020 and Dateline, which aired after Reed was acquitted following her retrial, which ended on June 18th. In those interviews, he admitted the texts he sent about Reed were regrettable, but denied taking part in any kind of conspiracy. Instead, he said he was caught up in the moment, investigating the death of a fellow officer who was roughly his age. Jesus Christ, this guy's pissing me off. He addressed one message head on, where he told his sister he wished Reed would kill herself, saying in the interview that the comment was in jest. That's not in jest, bro. Okay, we've talked about this before. We're going to talk about it again since we're reading it again. Because he goes on to say it's a figure of speech, and he didn't mean it literally. No, that's not a figure of speech. When you are typing the most hateful shit, like when you are typing the most hateful shit, that's not a figure of speech. That means like that. There's no other way to take that, but you want her to fucking off herself, dude. That's the only thing you can think of. Because the thing is like, I've done that shit. I've done that shit like in jest, but that's somebody who like 9 out of 10 times it's somebody I don't even know. And it's somebody who is like a troll. And I'm just like, nobody cares what you think. Go kill yourself. Fuck off. You know what I mean? I don't mean literally for them to go do that. It just means nobody gives a fuck what you think. It's like the most brutal way to tell somebody that nobody gives a fuck what you think. What's up, Mazza? That nobody gives a fuck what you think. That's just, it's a really harsh way of saying that. That's all that is. That's in jest. That is the figure of speech. That's not the context used with Karen Reed. The context used with Karen Reed was that she should off herself because she's clearly making your life so miserable that you're talking to the whole world about it. That's how that comes off. Doesn't come off in jest or as a figure of speech. I wish she would just kill herself, is what he said. Like, that's a wish, bro. That's a wish. All right. In the interview with 2020, Proctor also addressed his dismissal from the state police. He recalled dropping to his knees and lying on his lawn after hearing the news that he had been relieved of duty on July 1st, 2024. The same day Reed's first trial ended with a hung jury. Dude, he went out to his front lawn. Like, that, like, it's like he watched Boys in the Hood 100 fucking times. And then he was like, I'm going to do the Boys in the Hood thing, bro, where I go out to the front lawn and I drop to my knees and I go, no! That's, nobody believes that, bro. Nobody believes that that's what happened. And if you did do that, it's because you're a drunk asshole who thought you were in the movie, who thought you were in a movie at the time. That's like, I've been that fucking drunk. It's okay. I'm not making fun of him for that. Like, I've been that drunk, you know, where like I find myself reciting lines from a movie. And then I was just like, holy shit, how long have I been doing that? I've totally done that. I mean, who the fuck hasn't? Don't answer that. But okay, cool. Everybody needs to shut the fuck up. Jimmy's fine. Thank you. Anyway, like, yeah, nobody nobody believes that he was the fact that he had to tell 2020 that shit. You know what I mean? Like, imagine being that fucking retarded and lame that you're on 2020 as a cop, and you after doing all the shit that you've been exposed for doing, and then being like, oh my God. When I was relieved of duty, yeah, I remember it like it was yesterday. I went out to my lawn and I dropped to my knees and I just laid there like an asshole. I just laid there like a fucking knob, and it all hit me. Nobody gives a fuck about how you felt about it, bro. I love that shit. I love how this guy still thinks that people give a fuck how he feels about getting fucking fired from being a cop after all that shit. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Now here he says, but he also did but he also said he didn't know of any other trooper punished for personal texts, let alone fired. No, you got brought up on review because of the texts. You got fired for misconduct. And you got fired for drinking on the job, dude. Like, stop it. Only the issue of just cause will be raised at the August hearing dates, when state police will call their first and only witnesses. Their first and only witness, singular, Detective Lieutenant Kevin Dwyer. Dwyer's direct examination by a lawyer for the state police will take place on August 26th, and Moynihan will cross-examine him the following day, August 27th. Then the case shifts to Proctor on the issue of disparate treatment. It's not clear how many witnesses Moynihan will call to bolster his case on that issue. Those hearings are set for October 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. Each hearing day will be presided over by a hearing officer. In Proctor's case, Civil Service Commissioner Angela McConney will oversee the hearings. Thus far, the commission has denied all 5 discipline and layoff appeals that have come before it in 2025. Since January 2006, 77% of such appeals have been denied, according to the commission. Most appeals are decided within 15 weeks. In Proctor's case, that could mean it may well not be until 2026 that a decision is handed down on his future. Good, let him sweat. If the commission decides Proctor's termination was unjust, it could award him back pay. Commission decisions can be appealed in one of 2 ways, either by filing a motion for reconsideration with the commission or by bringing the appeal to a superior court judge. Now, here's the thing. Now, we're going to be following that. We'll talk about that tomorrow when it happens. I'm sure, tomorrow's Tuesday, so I'm sure Aiden is going to have a stream and discuss whatever took place there. If it's made available to us, if there's like any type of report on it or whatever. But my whole thing with this is like, well, how is this guy like? How does this guy feel? How does he feel like he can? Because let's face it, the last time, like when we saw him on 2020, the dude was bloated. I mean, the dude's eyes were fat, bro. I never even seen that shit before. The dude's eyes were fat. Michael Morrissey's eyes aren't even fat. The dude's eyes were fat. And you know that's from drinking. Like, you know he's just sitting around his house drinking constantly. You know that's what he's doing. He's sitting around his house. He's feeling sorry for himself. A guy who needs to tell 2020 that he fucking went out to his front lawn and fell to his knees and said, "Why, God? I live to be a cop." being a cop is not what I do, God. It's who I am. That's bullshit. You're going to tell me that a guy with those kind of fucking, with that kind of flair for the dramatics is not sitting around, sitting home, feeling sorry for himself and drinking like a fucking pirate. Like, come on. Like he's sitting around drinking like Coffindoffer, bro. I guarantee you. Now, let's see here. Let's just remind ourselves. Like let's refresh ourselves for the sake of the spirit of tomorrow here.
Triple Proctor, before we wrote, we were discussing Sally Port video that you watched several weeks ago. I want to make sure I'm clear about this. You indicated that the video that you watched was proper in terms of orientation, but the timestamp on the bottom had been inverted, correct?
Yes, that's the way it appeared.
And you recall that being a yellow chyron underneath.
To the best of,
in other words, the font color.
To the best of my memory, yes.
Which of the Canton Police Department videos were you responsible for retrieving, if any?
I did not retrieve any of them.
So what I'm trying to ask is, and maybe I'm doing
Now, real quick, let me go over some of these new memberships here. Jennifer became a new member. Thank you so much for that. And Brass member for 19 months. And that was the Jack Lew's analysis has always been anti-free Karen Reed. Thank you so much for that, guys.
inartfully. How did those Sally Port videos end up in the possession of the Commonwealth? What was the line of succession?
Detective Lieutenant Tully retrieved the Sally Port videos, I believe.
And do you know from whom he retrieved those Sally Port videos?
I believe it was the chief of police.
Okay, Chief Rafferty specifically gave him those whatever videos were provided.
Correct, that's my understanding.
And then he provided those to you for your review.
Yes.
I want to stay on the subject of videos for a second, but shift gears to Ring video footage. You've already testified that there were several hundred Ring videos from One Meadows, from both the facing the driveway and front door camera, correct?
Yes.
As the case officer, you obtained and controlled those Ring videos from One Meadows from the moment that they came into Massachusetts State Police custody until they were handed over to Commonwealth, correct?
Yes, they were archived.
You drafted the search warrant for the Ring video access records, correct?
I did.
You obtained the warrant returns once those search warrants were executed, correct?
I did.
You took possession of Mr. O'Keefe's cell phone physically, correct?
Yes.
And you had access to Mr. O'Keefe's Ring account in that cell phone. Is that right?
Correct.
You indicated that you reviewed several of the videos on his Ring app on his cell phone. Is that right?
Yes.
So you obviously had not only possession of his cell phone, you had possession of his login account information to get into the app on his cell phone. Is that right?
I don't think we had the password. We had his email account associated with the Ring.
Which means some way or another, you could get access to the Ring videos.
Correct.
And watch those Ring videos on his app.
Does anybody feel like Liz Proctor is at home just fucking like, you know, all the time? Whenever she walks by him and sees his fat ass sitting on the couch all drunk watching Sports Center, like watching fucking Springer and shit. Does anybody feel like Elizabeth Proctor is just walking by going, you know, Duncan's fucking high-end. You know what I mean? Duncan's fucking high-end, babe. You could just go to Duncan. There's no shame in that. It's honest work. It's honest work, babe. Like, picture that shit just brings me joy, bro. I don't give a fuck what anybody says, dude. Just picturing the fucking, like, it's like I Love Lucy with a fucking, like, imagine an I Love Lucy scenario, except fucking Liz Proctor's just walking around the house being the only useful one there, and Proctor's ass is just being a useless, jobless, drunk fuck. A useless, jobless, drunk, fat fuck with a bad attitude, brooding and feeling sorry for himself all goddamn day long, and then fucking, like, trying to fuck at the end of the night. And she just like lays there and lets him like 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 think about that shit. Just think about that shit. Hey babe, I never seen you wear this before. I never seen you wear this before. That looks good. Come here. Dude, oh my God, you smell like fucking old beer. Fuck. Old beer. Fuck. Get away from me. Fuck. You know that shit's happening, dude. And then she's just like, fine, fuck. He's only gonna fucking last a minute anyway. Fuck, go ahead. Just oh my God, dude. What a poor, pathetic, fucking sad son of a motherfucker, bro.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
I was, you know what, man? It's funny. I was gonna go over that, and Nurse Kim fucking decided to get up at the crack ass of dawn and do it. And, and she did it on purpose. She did it totally. Don't you think it's a little ironic, okay, that I planned on covering the Alan Jackson, Kevin Spacey thing from Court Chop, and Nurse Kim just happened to go ahead and do it right when I thought about doing it, right before, first thing in the morning? Isn't it ironic she did that shit? I know I'm being petty as fuck. No, but I'm probably gonna go over it anyway, man. You know, there's Nurse Kim and then there's me. You know, we do our own thing, man. It's like we all fucking cover the trial, god damn it. Like we can't both cover Kevin Spacey. Can't both do that? Huh? That's what I thought. Y'all need to calm down. Bro, could you all hear that? That was my stomach growling, bro. I haven't even... Wow. Now, yeah, like, I just like, dude, seriously, I love reliving this shit right here, bro. I love reliving this shit. Alan Jackson just fucking wrecks this guy, bro. Wrecks this guy. And then like, and it was funny when this happened, I don't think I hadn't met Alan Jackson yet. I met Alan Jackson for the first time after the trial, after the first trial. So this is my Watts case. This is one of those things that, like, when he grills him, when Alan Jackson destroys him here, when it was happening, there was a part of me that was just asking myself, like, is he like really selling this for the jury? Is he just acting like he's appalled by this shit? You know, I don't know this motherfucker. You know what I mean? But after meeting the guy, yeah, like this shit is for real. Alan Jackson is 150%. I can guarantee you that Alan Jackson was 150% disgusted by having to fucking talk to this motherfucker. Guaranteed.
On the phone.
Yes.
Which means you had full access to the app. You could keep videos, you could save for later, you could delete videos, you could do anything you wanted to within that app, correct?
Yes, those are the capabilities within that app.
Trooper Proctor, did you delete any of the Ring videos ever from John O'Keefe's phone?
Absolutely not.
Did you delete a video of Miss Reed arriving to One Meadows at approximately 12:41 a.m. on January 29th, 2022?
Absolutely not.
You will agree, Trooper Proctor.
Let me address that real quick. So, I really enjoy having other creators on this channel. I really do. I really enjoy having guests. But those of you who've been following me for a while, you guys know that at one point I decided I just didn't want any guests because I was being made out to be like I was competing with people that I wasn't competing with. And I was just like, I'm not, you know what? I'm good. I don't need to have guests on here, you know? Like, I just don't need to do that. And having guests is good for numbers. It's really good for numbers. But the thing is like, if I have guests on the show, it's never for that reason. It's because I just like having, I'm interested in having a conversation with that person at that time. Like, Jimmy and me were talking and we were having a fucking hilarious conversation. And I was like, yo, you should fucking come on the show, man. You know, the same thing. Last time I was on Turtle Boys, this is the same thing that happened. Me and him were texting and he was like, yo, you want to come on the show tonight? And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's do it. You know, it just happens like that. It's not for the sake. I mean, for some people it's numbers and that's cool. And again, I'm not knocking that. I used to knock that. I'm not knocking that anymore. For some people, it's great. You know, like maybe they do their channel better with a banter and a dynamic with another person on the channel. That's cool. I'm not knocking that. I'm better when because if you guys notice, my brain goes from different directions. I'm sitting here talking about Michael Proctor, and now I'm talking about having guests on the show. See what I'm saying? This comment distracted me, but I wanted to address it. So it's not as easy, and I'm not as free to do that when I have someone on. I have to stay on task. So it's a little bit more tedious to run the stream when there's a guest on or multiple guests on. Not so much with multiple guests because you could just kind of let them talk to each other. And then there's, you know what I mean? And then you just interject when you have a thought. But I'll have more guests on moving forward. The idea on, I know for sure, make sure to tune in on the 7th, Sunday the 7th, from noon to midnight, people. And the plan is to have guests all the way through that. So a 12-hour stream. It is a fundraiser for Turtle Boy and his defense fund. And so I'm going to have as many people on there as I possibly can. I'm going to reach out to a lot of creators and hopefully we're going to have a good time. Because I have not done a 12-hour stream for Aiden yet. I did 3 for Karen Reed, but I want to do these for Aiden and kind of make them more or less a regular thing. I don't know how often I'm going to do them. I don't know how many I'm going to do, but you know, the idea in theory is to do at least more than one. But yeah, the 7th, September 7th, Sunday, we will be streaming for 12 hours. So, no, this is nothing like the restaurant business. This is absolutely nothing at all like the restaurant business. If it was anything like the restaurant business, I wouldn't be doing it. I wouldn't be doing it.
That the video of Miss Reed returning home from 34 Fairview at approximately 12:41 a.m. is not there.
Correct.
As the case officer, you're aware that Trooper Chico also reviewed some or all of those videos, correct?
Yes.
And he did that at your request.
Correct.
He took notes of his review of those videos, correct?
Yes.
And then he provided those notes to you so that you could then memorialize those notes and your notes in a broader report that you then drafted in November of 2022, correct?
From memory serves me, like the report I wrote regarding the Ring camera was based off my observations of the videos that I had watched.
But you certainly did have, as you just indicated, you did accumulate his notes and review his notes as well as your own notes, correct?
That's my recollection. I wrote that report off of my notes.
Did you actually, at any point before writing your report, did you note or did you review his notes?
I can't recall.
You asked him, he reviewed the videos at your directions, correct? At
yes.
Your direction, correct?
Yes.
And obviously he would have wanted to provide you whatever insights he had into his review of those videos. Otherwise, what's the point, right?
Correct.
So when you reviewed his notes, did you see that they were on some sticky pads? You remember that?
That sounds about right.
Like, I didn't catch that right away. this comment that that I highlighted. It didn't hit me right away. I was about to be defensive and be like, "Fuck you! Don't watch it then, motherfucker." You know what I mean? But nah, it's just Cossie. It's just MC Cossie G. That's all.
Do you recall exactly, as you sit here, exactly what was on one or more of those sticky pads that you reviewed from Trooper DeChico?
I don't know.
Would you refresh your recollection if you would take a look at a copy of those notes?
Yes.
Manuel? Yes. Yes. If you would mind taking a look at the top or the uppermost top note that's highlighted with a sticky note next to it.
Rebecca, I'm so sorry if I'm doing something that you don't think is cool, like making fun of people. I'm really, really sorry. Maybe go fuck your mother. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, Mayor. Coach. Yes. Super Proctor, do you have these notes in mind, specifically the uppermost note?
The 0041?
Correct.
Yes.
All right. You reviewed this previously before you wrote your report, correct?
Yes.
All right. And you note that at 0041, which is a time relative to what DeChico was looking at on the ring video, he indicated taillights from driveway, parentheses, I think she arrived home.
I love that shit.
Correct.
You changed, man. You changed. You used to be about the music.
0041 is what? Is that in reference to?
Just after midnight, the approximate time where Miss Reed will be returning from Fairview Road.
It's military time.
Kiss, kiss, bang, bang. Have I changed? You've been around for, I don't know, good 5 years maybe. Have I changed kiss, kiss, bang, bang? Or bang, bang, kiss, kiss? Have I changed?
12:41 a.m., correct?
Yes.
You wrote a report on November, I'm sorry, I earlier said November, it's actually June 1, 2022, memorializing the times that were of note to you in that ring footage, correct?
Yes.
Do you recall every single entry that you made concerning the events that were of note to you that were reflected in your report?
Majority of them. Every single one.
Would it refresh your recollection to look at a copy of your report to determine what all you did and did not note?
Yes, sir.
Approach? Sure. Do you have it with you, Trooper? Do you have your report with you?
I'll draw it out.
I'd ask you to review that report, especially as to page 2 and 3. May I approach? Yes, thank you. Trooper, do you have those events in mind?
I do.
Your report is dated June 1st, 2022, correct?
Correct.
And reflected in this report are the bullet points of the times that you found.
My dog wants to go out every 2 hours. Why? I can help with that. It's a dog. That's why. Probably drinks a lot of water. When they drink a lot of water, they pee. It's a dog. Especially if it's like a little dog. Especially if it's like a young pup.
Some note in your review of all of the ring footage from One Meadows, correct?
Yes.
In your report, there's no mention of the footage showing Karen Reed arriving home at 12:41 a.m., correct?
Correct.
And that's notwithstanding the fact that in Trooper DeChico's report, in his handwritten notes, he makes note of an event at 12:41 a.m. indicating, I think she arrived home, correct?
Correct.
So sometime between when Trooper DeChico wrote his notes and when you wrote your report, that video footage vanished, correct?
There's also no date on Trooper DeChico's notes. We have many dates from ring video, so I don't know if he's referencing a different date.
Well, you're aware that The video footage from 12:41 a.m. is gone, correct?
Yes, it's something I've tried to find through Ring for months, as well as the video when Miss Roberts, Miss McCabe, Miss Reed arrived back at John's and they're looking at the broken tail. Like that video is gone as well.
So, at some point, while this footage was in Massachusetts State Police custody and being reviewed by Trooper DeChico, that video existed, didn't it?
Objection.
The objection is sustained. Mr. Jackson, don't wait.
God,
Right now, okay?
I did not miss the sound of Bev's voice.
The fact is, notwithstanding Trooper DeChico's handwritten notes, there's no video of 12:41.
Yo, I can't believe that she tried to say that was that lady, that she was her sister, that she wasn't her and was her sister at the airport. It is very funny to me. Like, why did No, that's not me. That's my sister. No, it's not, lady.
No,
you.
Trooper Proctor, would you agree that from the very beginning of your investigation, you treated Karen Reed very differently than you treated the Alberts and the McCabe's in this case?
There we go.
I'll allow it. Was she treated differently?
Absolutely not. Like I said before, we followed the facts and the evidence, with an open mind.
Did you consider her?
Oh my God. What?
Oh, here we go.
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Dad, 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 dad. I think we got a super dad.
How dare you? How dare you? GM Josie, thank you so much. Trust your gut. You haven't changed a bit. Everyone else has. Food for thought. I'm wearing my Red Sox hat. Hell yeah. Thank you so much, Josie. I appreciate you. Very generous. Wow.
To be, for want of a better phrase, an outsider.
No, not at all.
Not somebody from Canton.
No, not at all.
Not family. Not friends with the Alberts.
Absolutely not.
At some point, your view of this case caused you to turn what could be described as a bias into an out-and-out hatred. Would you agree with that?
Objection.
Did you develop some sort of hatred for Ms. Reed
Objection.
at any point in your investigation?
I'll allow it.
Again, we followed the facts and evidence which showed Miss Reed hit Mr. O'Keefe with her vehicle. And yes, at times I got emotional because of that. And I said some stuff, texted some things I shouldn't have, but it was based off the evidence.
As a matter of fact, you did express.
See, right there, that hits different after both trials. Why does that hit different? Because he's saying, based on the facts and the evidence, that Ms. Reed hit John O'Keefe with her vehicle. I got emotional about it. That's a fucking lie. It's a fucking lie because there are no facts or evidence that dictate that Karen Reed did this or would even lead you to believe that Karen Reed did this. Especially since anything that indicates that Karen Reed did this was planted by you, sir. Planted. I don't know why you're sitting here talking about the facts and the evidence led me to believe it. And then I got emotional. Like, now it's even less valid at all. Like, now it's like, this is just a guy who wanted to frame this woman and hated, like, in order to justify doing something so dirty to somebody, I would imagine you have to convince yourself that you feel some type of way about them. That's how I would imagine. For a cop to go that far and conduct something so fucking dirty and bad, I would assume that in order for him to do that, in order for him to justify this in his mind, he's going to convince himself that she is a bad person and that he has reason to hate her. And so he behaved as somebody who hated her. In writing.
Your feelings about Ms. Reed and yet another text message that we haven't gone over today. Is that right? On February 4th, 2022? Might as well turn to tab 10.
Tab 10?
What's either the bait stamp or the...
This is triple F as in Foxtrot. And the base stamp is 2526.
Exactly, Tom. That's absolutely right.
Yes, sir.
You see an entry from Courtney Proctor, a text starting, I didn't give my.
Yes.
Request permission to publish on?
Yes.
2526, Mr. Bates. On that date, February 4th, 2022, your sister texted in relation to some sort of donation that she had given.
Special appointed prosecutor Robert Cosgrove, that is not appropriate. Okay. You should know better. You were a judge. Stop it. Okay. Stop it.
Didn't give my name as I didn't want anyone to link me to Michael, meaning you, correct?
Objection, Your Honor. May we approach?
Okay, take that down.
You are.
Yes.
You see the text from Courtney Proctor. I did not give my name as I didn't want anyone to link me.
So that's stricken. That's what was objected to, just this one, or the whole page goes in.
You responded to a text message from your sister, correct? And your response was, hopefully she kills herself, correct?
Yes.
Who's she?
The defendant.
Miss Reed?
Correct.
You literally said that you hope that Karen Reed, the subject of your investigation, the woman sitting to my left, about 7 feet from me, that she would just die, correct?
The figure of speech.
You wanted her. The figure of speech is you wanted her to kill herself.
No.
Right?
No, it's not.
Trooper Proctor, Karen Reed, in your
Karen's reaction here
literally said that you hope.
Karen's reaction here is fucking priceless. I'm going to put this shit in regular speed.
That Karen Reed, the subject of your investigation, the woman sitting to my left, about 7 feet from me, that she would just die, correct?
The figure of speech.
You wanted her to, the figure of speech is you wanted her to kill herself.
No.
Right?
No, it's not.
Trooper Proctor, Karen Reed, in your investigation, had quickly become a very serious problem for you, hadn't she?
Objection.
Sustained.
And it's dope as fuck.
Did you believe that Karen Reed was a problem or an issue for your investigation?
Like, Yannetti right now is fascinating me. Yannetti right now is fascinating me because David Yannetti, the cerebral ninja, what he's doing right now is he is clocking that jury. He is watching every single reaction to the jury as Alan Jackson presents this line of questioning to Michael Proctor, disgraced former trooper Michael Proctor.
Objection.
I'll allow it.
No, absolutely not.
In your words, quote, all the powers that be want answers ASAP. That's what you texted on January 29th, right?
Yes.
That put a lot of pressure on you, didn't it, Trooper Proctor?
There's a lot of pressure in every case, sir.
This case involves
a
Boston cop
Wow.
whose family you were actually connected to, correct?
Loosely.
Chris L, loosely.
Yes.
Julie L, loosely.
Yes.
Colin Albert, loosely.
Yes.
Kevin Albert, loosely.
Yes.
Loose enough to leave his badge and his gun in your cruiser when after a night of drinking, right?
Objection.
Sustained.
You agreed in your group chat that you needed to, quote, make this cut and dry because another cop was involved. Those are your words, right?
Objection.
Where is this?
This was referred to in earlier text messages, group chats. This
So is that right? Did you say that, sir?
I did text that. I don't know if it's in the exact context. But yes, those were my words.
Group chat.
Yes, that was in the group chat.
What's up, Kelly Reed? Nah, this fool ain't never wearing a uniform again. This fool is never going to don a badge, at least not in Massachusetts ever again. That's for sure. I hope he never dons a badge anywhere. I agree with you. But the chances, I just don't see that happening. Like the way that this guy, he'd have to find a precinct that, like I said, in some shit kicker town where there's, they're desperate. They're so understaffed. Like pickings are so slim. That's the only way that I could see that happening. Because not only is this guy a fuck up, he's a high profile fuck up. You know what I mean? It's a bit different. It's a bit different if it's like some dude who ends up getting fired from his job and he's a nobody and nobody knows anything about it. And then, it's all in the hush hush. But all this guy has to do is work a case, and then somebody has a good lawyer and goes, and testifies this. This dude should be on the fucking Brady list, but whatever. But all it takes is for this dude to be working a case, and then he has to testify in a trial, and then the defendant has a good lawyer and goes, and you are Michael Proctor from formerly of the Massachusetts State Police, and weren't you fired? Like, he's not going to have any credibility. Every bit of credibility this guy is ever going to have is fucked.
Your friends wrote this whole thing, in their words, stinks, correct?
Yes, I interpret that as a joke.
You believed, Trooper Proctor, that your life would be much easier if Karen Reed was just dead, didn't you?
Objection.
I'll allow it.
No. Like I had said, it was a figure of speech. My emotions got the best of me based on, the fact that Miss Reed hit Mr. O'Keefe.
All right. That's not a fact. Shut the fuck up. Also, either your emotions got the best of you, or it was just a figure of speech and it was made in jest. Because when I make things in jest, when I make statements in jest, there's no emotion behind it at all. There's not a feeling. I don't give a fuck one way or the other. You know what I mean? Or it's like to a friend that I'm doing it for their benefit to make them laugh. You know what I mean? Like that's, but if my emotions got the best of me, well, then that means that I'm that hateful. You know? Like, what do you think a crime of passion is? Somebody who let their emotions get the best of them, and then they end up fucking killing somebody. Nobody's a fucking killer until they're a fucking killer. You know what I mean? That's just not even a thing. Nobody's a killer until they're a killer. So, is that a plausible defense to sit there and say, oh, well, yeah, I stuck a fucking axe through his head, but and my emotions got the best of me. Okay. Okay. That's the best you got?
With her vehicle and left him to die on the side of the road. So my emotions got the best of me with that figure of speech.
Well, let's talk about your figures of speech.
That's...
During the course of your investigation, your figures of speech include the following. She's a bitch.
Objection.
Is that right?
Yes.
A whack job, correct?
Yes.
A retard, right?
Yes.
Her balloon knot leaks, right?
Yes.
No ass, correct?
Yes.
She's fucked.
This shit is infuriating, bro. And a lot of it has to do with Alan Jackson's delivery. Like, he makes me feel that shit every fucking time. Like, I read the shit, like, whenever I read the shit in an article, like we did at the beginning of the stream, like, I read those quotes and I'm like, whatever. You know what I mean? But, like, it bugs me a little, but it's like, okay, but when Alan Jackson, like, throws this in his face in open court, it infuriates me. It makes me so fucking mad because he has this way of, is there a better setting? Is there a more appropriate setting and a more appropriate person to hit this man with this line of questioning? You know what I'm saying? Like, when I hear him do it after like meeting this guy and seeing firsthand how passionate he was about this case, like behind the scenes, like this, yeah. Now I hear him do this and I'm just like, Jesus, dude, fucking get him, Alan. Fucking get him. Piece of shit.
According to you, right?
Yes.
Ass leaker. That was the word you used, a figure of speech, right?
Correct.
A girl who shits herself, right?
Correct.
And then fuck her, correct?
Correct.
Would you agree, Trooper Proctor, that you have dehumanized
Proctor Trooper
Karen Reed during the course of your investigation with comments and words like this?
Objection.
I'll give you this one, Mr. Jackson.
Would you agree with that?
And Bev Shut the fuck up, dude. I'll give you this one, Mr. Jackson. What do you mean you'll give it to him? Like as if you had reservations about putting this guy on the spot for things and holding him accountable for being unbelievably inappropriate, unbelievably unprofessional. Like, this is crucial in a murder trial if the lead investigator is texting people these things about the suspect, about the number one person of interest. That makes no sense that Bev would even think about stopping that line of questioning. I'll give you this one, Mr. Jackson.
I would say based off that language, yes.
And you admitted, in your own words, that the cop homeowner wasn't going to, quote, catch any shit, right?
Correct.
Because you were out to quote, make this cut and dry. Isn't that right?
The homeowner wasn't going to catch any shit because Mr. Elder had nothing to do with Mr. O'Keefe's death.
Because you were going to make sure that the case was cut and dry. Those were your words, right?
Objection.
Sustained.
And Trooper Proctor, it would be far easier for you to pin it on the girl who's just a whack job cunt, in your words, who you hope just kills herself, right?
Objection.
Sustained.
Shame on you, sir.
Fuck yeah.
Objection.
All
Shame
right,
on
so
you.
jurors, disregard that. I've told you before, lawyers can't make comments. They can ask questions. And Mr. Jackson, you know better than that.
Bev, shut up. I don't want to see Colin Albert's bullshit testimony either. You can't make comments like that, Mr. Jackson. I can do whatever the fuck I want, lady. Shut up. I mean, he can't, but still. It's Bev. Like, I just don't I give Bev no respect at all. I just don't. I want to, but I just don't. All right. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to make this a very long stream, because all I wanted to really go over was that Michael Proctor stuff. I just want to make sure that Michael Proctor is still on our minds, folks, because tomorrow he's out there trying to be a cop again. We can't let that happen. I mean, we have to speak our voices out and make sure that the Massachusetts State Police absolutely understands the level of our collective disapproval of Michael Proctor becoming a Massachusetts State Police officer again. We can't have that. We just can't have a guy like that out there with a gun and a badge. Just can't. And again, it's just so crazy that they're just trying to make him out to be like he's some sort of fucking victim. This Lou guy who was who's a professor at whatever fucking UMass, I guess, and a former judge, and he's sitting there trying to say that Michael Proctor is being treated unfairly. That's fucking ridiculous. And his basis for this is, they treated him differently than anybody else with the same infractions. Well, the problem is, like I said earlier, the problem is that those people with the same infractions should have been dealt with accordingly, the same way as Michael Proctor. Michael Proctor should be the standard that's held for anybody who does what he did. All right. You guys can call in if you want. Yeah, like I wonder if that's true. I wonder if Meatball Morrissey's wife is telling him, like, yo, man, just like that's it. Just I mean, you're the most hated guy in the state. You can't see that? You're like the most hated person in the whole state. Like, just retire. That's it. Dude, I'm telling you guys, Auntie Deb is fine. I just received a text. Something completely unrelated. But Auntie Deb is fine.
Call from.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, my name's Hayden Kane. What's up?
Your name's what?
Hayden Kane.
Hayden Kane. What's up, buddy?
Just listen to the show. Just so you know, I've been talking with a retired Massachusetts State Police trooper who thinks Michael Proctor's an absolute douchebag. But for months now, he's been saying he will get his job back, and he will get lost pay, and he will get credit for advancement and everything, because pretty much exactly what all those other fools said.
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if it happened. If
Yeah,
I'm being
because
honest, because
exactly like other people weren't treated that same way.
We're talking about the Massachusetts State Police here. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't,
Yes, sir.
I wouldn't be shocked if they did something so fucking outrageous.
Yeah, so I've been waiting for months now for this to happen, just because I've mentioned a couple times on the cesspool that is Twitter, and you know, people are like, "Oh, yeah, right, you're a fucking idiot." It's like, just okay, I'm just telling you what someone who actually, 30 years on the job at that same facility is saying. So whether it happens or not, but don't be surprised, and it's going to be it's going to be a shame. It's going to be detrimental to society.
Well, don't forget, we also have this motion that's in the works from the mighty Mark Betterow.
Oh, I can't wait to see all that too.
Yeah. Like I'm like Denzel. Like, yeah.
Shit.
I can't
So,
wait.
hey, real quick, one more thing. What's your favorite Kaya song?
Oh, off the top of my head, probably Sky Valley, or that first track off Sky Valley. I don't know the track names.
Okay. No Demon Cleaner?
But I like Thumb as well. Like the Blues Under the Red Sun, I just listened to like almost like it's one song, So it's hard for me to like name the tracks, but
oh yeah, you just put it on and
right. I mean,
something else when it gets over with.
That's what you do with stoner rock typically. You just like it has no beginning or no end, man. You just let it go,
Right on, brother. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time, man. Keep rocking out, and we'll see you hopefully sometime. Get up to Boston when you're in there.
I'm doing the best I can, my friend.
All right. Stay cool, brother.
All right. Thanks, Hayden Kane.
See ya.
Cool caller. That was awesome. Yeah, like I think a lot of what's happening is going to ride on what's going to be in that motion from Betterow. Because the word is there's some pretty incriminating shit involving Proctor. What's up, Scott? Scott. All three Scotts are in here.
Call from.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, it's about time you get my damn phone.
Okay. Who's this?
Hello?
Yeah, who's this?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sound like that. I've been trying to call you like forever, and the phone keeps like going to voicemail.
What's your name?
Lily.
Lily?
Lily.
Lily.
Like the flower?
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
what's up, Lily?
How are you? Does this sound very weird to you, right?
So
Can you hear
far,
me now?
yeah, I can hear you, Lily. We can all hear you.
Okay, wait. Wait, give me 2 seconds. Let me just set off my phone. Not my phone, my car. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Don't make those faces because I can see the baby.
Okay.
Oh man, that is so funny that you're playing that. Anyway, I wanted to say I love your show.
Thank
I
you.
love the way you are.
Thank you.
I did put up a stream if you were frying your chuletas or not. I didn't get a response to that. But never change. You're doing great.
Thank you.
And Proctor's a big piece of shit. Hopefully he never gets his job back, but
Yeah, I mean, because it's so high profile, I don't see it happening, but I could see that happening if it was like low key, them being like, yeah, it's fine, But because there's so much public pressure, I don't see it happening. Hello.
I was thinking, wouldn't it be, and it's an idea, I don't know if it works, I don't know how it works in Canton, but would they be able to collect like a lot of signatures and send it to?
You mean like a petition?
Yeah, kind of, to like make sure he doesn't get his job back.
I mean, that could happen, but at the same time, it's not like there's not this virtual petition of like thousands of people from all over the country and even parts of the world that don't want this guy to be a cop. So that might hold some pretty that might steer some influence.
I'm hoping because it would be a really disgrace to the blue line. And I always say, and I always put in the chat, that there is a big difference between the blue line and the blue wall. The blue line is like people that support the good cops. You support them, you stand by them. And the blue wall is pretty much the cops that, they see the stuff and say nothing. Or, like just stand behind the corrupt asshole who's doing whatever it is that he's doing. And that is what I wish that would come down. In New York, there was some kind of corruption going on, but there was a big thing with the blue wall of silence at one point, especially with like the ticket scandals. And, it's kind of sad for the cops that are good. So I'm just hoping, and I'm hoping that your word goes through everywhere. I try to share my videos with friends and family. Turtle Boy, Melanie, Kim, all of you guys are awesome. And I hope that your voices are heard. Well beyond this, not only for the Proctor issue, not only for Karen Reed, but well beyond for the little people that, may come across the same situation.
Yeah, for sure.
And I never did get that response. Is this right? My car, I had you playing at the same time as I was speaking to you. So it
Mhm.
was sounding echoish.
Right.
So now I don't know if it sounds better, but
No,
I
yeah.
paused the screen and I'm able to talk to you.
Okay.
But
Do you have any more
you're
thoughts?
amazing. I love all the time that every time you're cursing out somebody, I'm like, one of these days I'm just gonna say something stupid so they can curse me out. Not curse me out, but kind of like roast me. But then I chicken out.
Okay. Well, all right, Lily. Thanks for calling. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you. All right, stay strong. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Call from.
Especially,
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
yes, hello, this is Specially Appointed Prosecutor Robert Cosgrove.
Specially appointed prosecutor Robert Cosgrove again. Amazing.
Yeah, that's correct.
It's good to hear from you, buddy. How are you doing today? How's your Monday going?
Well, it's going well. Thank you very much, Will Glare. I'm on vacation still with my wife.
Okay. Shouldn't you be preparing for the hearing on the 24th?
Oh, what's to prepare? I mean, T-Rex arms, game over.
Your case against Turtle Boy?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So, all right. So you're on vacation. Okay. So, are you planning on being back for the Wilbur Theater event? Will you be making an appearance at the Wilbur Theater?
Well, if there's
on the 12th,
if there's a request to have you there, I would certainly do that.
Oh, well, maybe there will be. Who knows? Who knows?
Well, maybe I can talk to Turtle Dove and ask him why he did T-Rex on.
Okay, you should ask Turtle Boy why the T-Rex arms stink, because I had nothing to do with that. That was all him.
Well, you did, but I chose not to indict you.
No, I didn't, because since I wasn't indicted, I wasn't there. I didn't have nothing to do with it. I don't give a fuck what the camera says. Go fuck yourself.
Well, don't twist around the facts, but let's just leave it as it is.
I'm not twisting around the facts. You're twisting around the facts. Special appointed prosecutor Robert Cosgrove.
Did you or did you not act like T-Rex arms for your buddy Turtle Dove?
Oh my God. Let me see what's the best way to answer that.
I have a secret document that I think you need to say.
I'm going to tell you, Will Claire, it's best you don't say anything, okay?
Fifth. Okay. I plead the fifth, sir.
That's a good move.
I know it's a good move. Special appointed prosecutor Robert Cosgrove.
Yeah, it's not you that I'm looking for. It's your friend Turtle.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously. Hey,
It's not you. It's not you I'm interested in.
Why didn't you charge Chris Albert with wiretapping? All of those people that Chris Albert was recording unknowingly, just standing outside waiting for their order from their mediocre, just waiting for their mediocre chicken parm, and they were probably talking about personal things, and
well,
it was recorded without their knowledge. It was recorded without their knowledge. Special appointed prosecutor Robert Cosgrove, what say you?
Well, I can explain that.
Explain it.
I can tell you why. Well, mainly because
don't skirt the
all
issue.
Those Albert boys are somewhat bitches, and if we upset them, they may put pressure on Morrissey, and shit flows downhill. It might make its way down to me, and I don't want to deal with it.
Well, but
understand?
I mean, come on, dude. You said yourself that the Alberts are just a bunch of pussies. So, like, why would you be afraid of them? Why would you be worried about what they can do? What kind of influence? What do they have on you, Special Appointed Prosecutor Robert Cosgrove? What do they have on you to bring you out of retirement and prosecute this sham?
Well, they don't get shit on me. But what they do have is a video of Morrissey trying to make time with Canoni in a bathroom stall.
Oh my God. Was there a glory hole? Don't tell me there was a glory hole involved.
I'm not going to say if there was or there wasn't.
Oh my God. So you're telling me there was a situation where Judge Beverly Canoni was in a bathroom with Michael Meatball Morrissey, and Michael Morrissey was sitting there going, "Hold on, let me get my dick out of my pants here." Okay. No, your teeth, Bev. Your teeth. It needs to stop, Bev. The teeth. And then Bev was just like, all like, okay, I'm sorry. Will you allow that, Mr. Morrissey? Mr. Morrissey, will you allow that? More or less like that. Was that how that place?
Well, I think I think you're bringing up testimony not in the record, but let's just say,
Dude! What the fuck?
Morrissey was in a stall, and Canoni went in there, and Morrissey was eating a meatball sub, and Canoni said, "I'll allow it."
So
and tried to fillet him in that spot. I'm not going to say that's the actual story, but you can paint the picture.
Allegedly is what you're saying.
Yeah, of course.
Just rumor.
Yes. Just speculation on my behalf.
Understood. Yes, because we don't throw these things around because that would be untrue. We don't do that. We just speculate on rumor. That's all we do here.
Well, that would be reckless.
On this,
but,
exactly. This is a responsible YouTube presentation, Special Appointed Prosecutor Robert Cosgrove.
That's correct. And since it's only me and you speaking here and
Right.
nobody else can hear it, 'cause that's how YouTube presentations work.
Right. Well, that and the fact that there's 800 people listening right now.
But nobody has that many antennas, Will Glader. I'm sorry. I just don't see that. But
no, it's not a question of antennas. Special Appointed Prosecutor Robert Cosgrove. It's a question of pterodactyls that they're carrier pterodactyls, and there's just a whole traffic of them in the sky that take signals of the internet webs back and forth so that these 800 people can watch.
Right. Yeah, Will Glader, I appreciate what you're doing, but don't try to be funny with me. I know it's not true.
Advanced Flintstone technology, Special Appointed Prosecutor Robert Cosgrove.
All right. Just keep this in mind. Judge Canoni was what we call a get-around girl.
A get-around?
And the prosecutors. Yeah, that's correct.
She was a defense attorney. What do you mean?
Oh, she used to do legal phases.
She used to do legal what? Say that one more time, please.
Legal favors.
Legal favors. Okay, legal favors.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's correct.
What are these legal favors? What did you hear she did? What are these
apropos to my story about her in the stall? Same type of thing. That's correct. Thank you.
Same. So she was the serial glory holer, is what you're saying.
Oh, you keep bringing up this glory hole, and I'm not. I won't say if it was or was not a thing.
How could it not be
back then?
It's a bathroom stall. Only Morrissey can fit in a bathroom stall, so there had to be a way to utilize the second stall for Judge Bev to be able to fillet him correctly. How is she going to scratch down in a toilet stall with fat ass fucking Michael Morrissey, Special Appointed Prosecutor Robert Cosgrove? Riddle me that, sir.
Oh, well, have you ever seen handicapped stalls?
Yeah, still. No, that wouldn't work.
They have handles on the wall. It's very simple.
They got handles on the wall, and Michael Morrissey's fucking rolls would be fucking bending those handles, dude. Those things are not equipped for his capacity.
Well, according to you.
According to physics, sir. According to Sir Isaac Newton, sir.
Well, you didn't know Isaac Newton. I was a friend of his, so I don't see how you can say that.
You were a friend of Sir Isaac Newton? Let me guess.
That's correct.
You were the one that threw the fucking apple up in the air and it landed on his head, right?
Well, no, that's misstating evidence, not in the record, but similar, yeah.
Force equals mass times acceleration is just mass when we talk about Meatball Morrissey, okay? Just mass. That's all we're talking about, sir.
Yeah, what, have you been hanging around Robert Alessi or something?
Any chance I get. But no, I haven't in a while. I miss him. I miss him so.
Yeah, well, you're somewhat on the right track, but not quite.
Special Appointed Prosecutor Robert Cosgrove, I'm very disappointed in you.
Well, why is that, Clara?
Because you, sir, are prosecuting a sham of a case based on the idea that Michael Morrissey gets filleted through a glory hole by Auntie Bev while eating a meatball sub. Sir!
Well, I don't think that's in the charging documents, but
it's not in the charging documents, but you're telling over 800 people here what that is on the interwebs, on my YouTube presentation.
Again, Will Glera, nobody is walking around with that many antennas.
It's not.
I don't know how many times I got to say this.
It's clouds nowadays. Special Appointed Prosecutor Robert Cosgrove. It's clouds nowadays. It has nothing to do with antennas. It's all clouds, bro. Okay.
Sure. Clouds. Yeah.
Clouds.
Sure.
Yes.
Just keep making shit up, Will Glera. It's okay.
What the fuck, man? I thought we were cool, dude. Now you're calling me a liar?
No, we are cool.
I thought so. How's Mrs. Cosgrove? She asked about me?
Well, I tore her down the other night in your name, you asked me to.
I love it. I love it. Thank you for that, by the way. I'd high five you right now if I could, Special Appointed Prosecutor Robert Cosgrove, for burning down
let's give each other a virtual high five.
Okay. There you go.
Okay, boom. There we go.
Here we go.
I just figured I'd call in because some of your calls are really boring.
They are. They really are sometimes. But other times, man, but they're all good people. You know what I mean? I think sometimes people just get a little nervous when they call in and they don't know what they're going to say. They're just like, I want to call in. And then they're like, all right, well, I'm in this situation. I don't know what to fucking do. That happens sometimes. I understand that, but if it does happen, I'm probably going to make fun of you. Sorry.
Well, I tend to agree with you, Will Glera.
Well, thanks, Special Appointed Prosecutor Robert Cosgrove.
All right, Will Glera. Well, I have to go. My wife's downstairs in the chair.
All right.
And she's very upset. She's very upset that I keep making these calls, but I've become fond of your show.
Well, right on. Just play this back for her, and it'll rev her up, man. It'll warm her up. Okay? And then you'll be good to go. You know what I mean?
Well, she's legally deaf, so I can't do that.
Okay. Damn. So
I can show her the printout
Is she mute too?
Of the transcript. Yeah, that's correct.
And she's mute as well. Jesus Christ, dude, you hit the fucking jackpot. That's the wife of the year. Okay, that's wife of the year. You hit the jackpot, my friend. I know. Well, you say whatever you want. You do whatever you want. It's amazing. She can't say shit to you.
Yeah, I know.
You just look at her and go, and then she'll be like, stop. And then you'll be like, It would be great. Like, I would be doing that all the time, sir.
What do you think I've been doing for 57 years?
All right, Special Appointed Prosecutor Robert Cosgrove. Let's wrap this up on that note. All right, my friend. We'll talk to you next time.
Thanks for having me on your presentation, Will Blair.
Thank you for being on my presentation, Special Appointed Prosecutor Robert Cosgrove.
Guys, have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye. Oh, my God. Special Appointed Prosecutor Robert Cosgrove, everybody. Yeah, man. So yeah, this is a short one, folks. Just wanted to make sure the reminder was there that Michael Proctor is out there trying to be a cop still. No. Eso no se puede pasar. So, anyways, guys, you guys are absolutely amazing, man. Again, man, make sure to be here. I mean, I'm going to be live lots of times before I do that 12-hour stream, but it's up there set up, man. Make sure to hit the like, get as many likes on there as we can get. And the Wilbur Theater thing, man, that's happening. Those tickets are still on sale. There's still plenty of tickets left. Let's get that fucker sold out. Yeah. And it's going to be Jimmy. It's going to be Aiden, maybe a few surprises from what I hear. Should be fun. Yeah, man, I'm really grateful to have hung out with you guys tonight. You guys are absolutely amazing and fantastic. And I got a lot of new subscribers, so I'm really grateful for that. I hope you guys are enjoying the channel so far. And I hope you continue to enjoy the channel, except for this person on Twitter who I disappointed. I'm just going to have to learn to live with that. Yeah, man, you guys are absolutely amazing. And all the make sure to, if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know. And also, there were people in my chat saying that they were unsubscribed for some reason. YouTube does that sometimes, so double check to make sure you're still subscribed, because even if you are used to watching me, I will come up on your feed just because of your algorithm. So this doesn't necessarily mean you're subscribed to me. So make sure you hit the subscribe or double check to make sure that YouTube didn't boot you out of my subscription list. And make sure to hit the like. And guys, all of the support that I got tonight, I'm really grateful for you. Thank you so much for that. And yeah, you guys are great. And oh man, Miss V USMC became a member. Welcome to Logic. Thank you so much. And yeah, man, you guys are amazing. I love you guys very much. And we will do this again very soon, my friends.
Watch out!
Today, being retarded means leading a full life. Retarded people go to work or school, just like their neighbors, and come back to a real home. A supervised home, right in the neighborhood, where they belong. Being retarded never stopped anyone from being a good neighbor.